How's the distance learning going? Is your kid crushing it, or are you like so many other families that there are tears daily? Frustration over not knowing how to do a word problem, or submitting something and it actually didn't go and now you have to do it all over again. There are so many frustrations going on with this distance learning, and it's hard to figure out how to handle it, how to navigate that. Or maybe just the fact that your kid is really frustrated because he wants to hang out with his friends, and the only way he can do that is over a Zoom chat or Facebook or something like that. And maybe he's pissed off, or maybe he's doing all sorts of things that are just not helpful in your family, or bugging his sister. Maybe your kids are actually on each other's last nerve, which is making you on your last nerve. Well, what do you do about all these things? It's really hard to figure out what to do. We're in uncharted territory, and there's no manual for this stuff. So I'd like to offer you a suggestion. I'm Judy Johnson. I'm an executive function coach and a parenting coach, and I've had a lot of success with a method called Connect and Redirect. It's from Dan Siegel and Tina Payne, and they write this book called The Whole Brain Child, which has 12 revolutionary steps to parenting. And let me tell you, this stuff really works. I've been working with parents, sharing their work in workshops and in coaching sessions. And the differences that I've seen in some families is amazing. I'm finding that the parents who really work this system and work really hard at learning these skills and implementing them on a daily basis have been seeing really big results. We're talking about families who originally might have been crazy or screaming or yelling, and parents are crazy and screaming or yelling, to families who are happier and feeling more emotionally regulated. So this skill is called Connect and Redirect. So Connect and Redirect is parenting with the brain in mind. So first, if you have a kid who's emotionally flooded, that means they're over here on the right side of their brain. They are feeling big emotions. They are not able to really understand words and connect with words. You can understand them, but they're not sinking in. And over here is the left brain. This is where you have logic, linguistics, linear kind of thinking. So when you go to see your kiddo who is having a hard time and is starting to get emotionally flooded, well, what do? You come in with your left side logic. Well, if you have this word problem, why don't you just start and look at it and step by step? Or maybe you say something like, oh, you haven't looked at that word problem. How do you know that you don't know how to do it? So you're using your left side logic. But meanwhile, your kiddo, when he's emotionally flooded, is over here in his right side emotional brain. So what do? Well, you actually have to meet your kid where they are. So if they're in their right brain, you have to use your right brain skills to meet his needs. So you have to actually use nonverbal language. So instead of coming in angry, you might come in softer, more gentle. Shoulders relaxed, eyes relaxed, soft tone of voice. You also have to try to figure out what he's feeling. So you might say something like, oh, yeah, math can be really frustrating sometimes. Or word problems are difficult. Something along those lines, so that your kiddo isn't continually trying to get you to understand what he's feeling. You are trying to understand what he's feeling, so he doesn't have to push so hard to be heard. So once you've come in with your right side emotional, softer expression, then your kiddo's ready for integration, which means right and left side of the brain are talking together. And then you can come in with your left side logic once they've released their emotional flooding. Then you can say, all right, buddy, well, I'm right here for you. If you need some help, let me know. Or you could also say, well, let's break down this problem. Let's see what the question's really being asked. So that's when your kiddo is ready for the logic, but not before. So tricky. So I hope this helps. I know it was really brief. If you'd like to hear more, you can certainly get the book Whole Brain Child by Daniel Siegel and Tina Payne Bryson, or you can contact me. We can do one-on-one sessions or one-on-two because it is better with parents, with both sets of parents, or you can do something called the New Book Club. So the New Book Club is where you get together with your friends in a non-judgmental environment, and we go step by step through the Whole Brain Child, teaching you connect and redirect. Then you go home and practice. Then we do the next chapter. You learn that skill. We talk about it in our Zoom because, of course, we're going to do distance learning ourselves. And then you go practice. And I found that this method is super duper effective, and with the book club in the group setting, it's really affordable. So if you want to learn more about that, see the link in the comments below, and let me know how I can help. All right, stay healthy, happy, and safe.